My name is Fedotoff and welcome to the world's best Facebook ads tutorial. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you're a self-proclaimed expert, by the end of this video, you'll know every single step of launching and scaling your profitable Facebook ad campaigns the right way. Today, we're going to cover everything from how to set up your first ad, what targeting to choose, how to avoid getting banned, and much, much more. And this is not some magical strategy that I woke up in the morning and made it up. This is based on real data. This is based on millions of dollars spent on Facebook ads over the year, and I did it in every niche imaginable. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Fedotoff. I run a portfolio of e-commerce brands doing over $3 million per month in sales. I worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, and I'm here to show you what I've learned. I'm literally going to give you everything you need to start your first profitable Facebook ad campaign, and if you're already running ads, I'll show you exactly how to scale it to the most. So here is what we'll dive in. First, the proper way to set up your account. This will include things like your business manager, your Facebook and Instagram page, pixel installation, and proper tracking. Next, we'll cover running your first ad, types of ads that work well, words to avoid in your ad copy, and also testing rules and KPIs. And lastly, we'll cover different scaling strategies you can use. By the end, you'll have all of the tools you need to launch, manage, and scale profitable Facebook ad campaigns. Before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe, as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. So one of the most common questions I always get asked is, who should be using Facebook ads? And the answer is almost everyone. Facebook ads work incredibly well for e-commerce businesses, marketing agencies, small businesses, and anyone looking to generate leads. And it's hands down the fastest way to scale your business if it's done the right way. Facebook's massive user base, which is over 3 billion monthly active users, offers you a crazy reach. Okay, so how does Facebook advertising work? Think of it as a machine where you put $1 in and expect $2 out. The key is to set up your campaigns with the right objectives and creative strategies so that Facebook algorithm can do its job. But before we dive into all of that, let's cover the step where most people set themselves for a failure before they even get started. The first step in running Facebook ads is setting up your account properly. If you don't set up your account properly, you're practically just giving Facebook free money. Hi, Mr. Zach. I want to give you $100. If you can give me some customers, please.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Thank you.
4 hours later.
So my $100 is gone and I got no customers.
Oh, well, what's your name?
Alex.
Oh, yeah, you didn't set up your account properly.
Well,
and not only am I gonna keep this, you're banned.
Oh, no. Give me money back. Give me money back. So let's make sure this doesn't happen to you. The business manager is where you'll manage all of your assets, your ad accounts, your pages, your pixels. And if you're just using a personal account to run ads, you're missing out on a lot of control and security features. Plus, using a business manager reduces the risk of getting banned, which is critical when you start using larger budgets like we are. Go to business.facebook.com, create an account, and ideally you want to use a Facebook profile that has been active for a while. The more history your account has, the less likely you are to get flagged by Facebook. Once you're logged in, make sure that your business information like your company address, all of the personal details are filled in. These are signals to Facebook that you are a legitimate business. Another thing that you will see when you're logged in is the people section. This is where you can add new people to your ad account and your business manager, and you can give them different permissions like full control, limited control, and no control. Finally, you want to make sure that you set up the two-factor authentication to make sure that your account doesn't get hacked. The last thing you want to wake up to is your account getting hacked and all of your money being spent. Next, you go to the accounts section and you set up your business page. This is the page from which you'll be advertising and showing your ads to users on Facebook. You want to click add here and you want to create a new page. We'll just name this page Alex's page, and we will choose the category in which this page ends. So there's many different categories that you can choose. Choose a category that is closest to the category your business is in. So if you're a local business, choose a local business. If you're a community, choose a community. If you're a brand, choose a brand. So let's say you're typing a brand here. There's many different types of brands that you can choose. There is a clothing brand, there's a band, there's web designer, musician band, computers brand. There's many different things that you can choose. Just choose the one that makes the most sense for you. I'll choose a clothing brand just for illustration purposes here, and then I'll give more information about my business. So for example, our brand is selling high quality clothing to people worldwide. So this is just very generic description. Obviously, you want your description to be as descriptive as possible to the products that you sell and the business you're in. After I fill this information, I click next. I click agree to Meta services, create page, and now we should be in business. All right, so Alex page has been created, added to the business manager. Let me refresh this right now. I should see my page populating here in this window now. Now I have all of the people that are assigned to this specific page, and also I can view this page online. So now we're live and now we're in business. Now you want to make sure that your page looks legitimate. So what you want to do is switch back to the page. So now you have full control over how the page looks, and you can fill all of the information about it. So you would switch the banner here, you you'd give more information about your business. If you have a physical address, add it here. If you have a phone number, add it here. You want to make sure that you have as much information as possible about your business so Facebook sees you as a legitimate advertiser. And once you filled all of that out, you want to post several posts on your page. So this could be just random news about your company, maybe some new products that you introduced, or anything that you want to bring to the world about your business. Posting on your business page about your business shows to Facebook that you're a legitimate business, that you have something to share about your products, that there's something behind it. It's not some random dropshipping brand out of nowhere that sells random product or no ships products at all. Now, as we created our page and it looks legitimate, now it's time to create our ad account. This is where the magic happens on Facebook. This is where actually you're spending the money and getting money back, and that's the main tool to grow your business. So you go to ad account section here and you click new ad account. You can see create a new ad account. I click on this button here. I want to choose the proper time zone and I want to choose the proper currency. If I'm based in the United States, all of my cards are in USD. I want to choose USD. If you're based in other country around the world, you want to choose the currency that makes the most sense to you, because if you choose another currency, then you'll have all of the conversion rates and you will spend a lot more than you should, because you'll be converting your currency to the currency that is specified in the ad account. You also want to choose the right time zone. So if I'm based in America, I'm based in New York time zone, I want to choose this one here. So I'll be scrolling and finding New York time zone. It's Eastern time zone, and I'll call this ad account Alex's ad account. Now, these settings here are extremely important. You want to fill it out the right way, because once you set it up, you'd have to create a totally new ad account if you wanted to change the currency or if you wanted to change the time zone on your ad account. So make sure that you're filling this information correctly. So once you fill it out, you just click next. So you choose the business, either it's a business or it's another business or client. So it's my business here. I'll create an ad account and we're waiting for seconds. And while the magic is processing, hopefully we'll be in business soon. Oh, boom. So we are in business. We choose which person we want to give the access to this account to. So if you have any other people on your team that you added to the business manager, you can give them the access. Or if you want to just give access to yourself, just full control, manage ad accounts, and you click assign. After that has been done, you add the payment info. So here you would fill out the information about your credit card. Again, it's very important: business location and currency, the country, time zone. Just set it up. Click next, and now you add your credit card. So now here you can add different payment options. You can pay with PayPal, you can pay with credit cards. I highly recommend you pay with credit cards, because that will allow you to accumulate some cash back, that will allow you to accumulate some points. In my personal business, I've never paid for traveling expenses for the best hotels in the world in the last few years because of all of the points I have accumulated. If I did it, you can do it as well. You can travel pretty much for free. Alternatively, you can pay with PayPal, but it's not preferable option. In my experience, the ad accounts that are paying with PayPal are not as liked by Facebook. Facebook likes credit cards a lot more. Once that option is selected, you just click next, you fill the information about your credit card, and you are in business. Now, as my credit card is good to go, I'm clicking save and I'm waiting for Facebook to process it. So credit card successfully saved. We're ready to spend some money on ads. So now, just in a few minutes, we already set up the business manager, we set up the page, we set up the ad account. We've done several crucial steps to get your business up and running and advertising on Facebook, which is very exciting. Now we want to verify your domain, because Facebook wants to know exactly where you're driving traffic, which domain. They want to know exactly that you're a legitimate advertiser, you have a legitimate website, and that's why this step is so important. So you would go here, brand safety and sustainability, and you would click on domain. Here you would click add and create a new domain. So now I just added the domain here that I created for the purposes of this video. As you can see, you want to make sure you don't want to have like HTTP or HTTPS at the beginning of the video. So I'll remove that part and then I'll click add. So now Facebook gives me very specific instructions on how to verify my domain. I have to put a specific code on my website to make sure that Facebook recognizes it and matches it with my ad account and my business manager. And trust me, you don't need to be a software engineer to do it. Facebook literally gives you very specific instructions what to do, and you can do it in 20 seconds. So copy this meta tag here with one button. Now you go to your online store. Underneath online store, you go to Teams and you click edit code. So go to Team Liquid, and underneath the head section, just paste the code that you got from Facebook. So I just pasted it here. I'll save it. And now we go back to Facebook to verify if we installed it correctly. Even if you pasted your code correctly, it will take up to 72 hours for Facebook to recognize that your domain is your domain and it's connected to your business manager. Now we're at the last step before we can launch some ads. Now it's time to set up your Facebook Pixel. Facebook Pixel is your best friend in the world of advertising. It tracks everything: who visits your website, how much they spend, what did they do on your website, all of the behavior of your customers. Setting this up properly is crucial because it will allow you to optimize your campaigns based on real data. And it will also help Facebook to find more of the customers like you just got. To find pixels in your business manager, go to data sources and choose pixels. So because Facebook renamed these to data sets, from pixel section, it will redirect you to the data sets. Now, as I was recording this video, Facebook literally has updated their whole interface. So if you're seeing this new one here, don't freak out. It's the same setup, it's the same business manager, everything is still the same. So now here in the data sets, you see all of the pixels that were previously created and all of the pixels that you will create. So I was playing around with this pixel here, so I created just a testing one, and I will create a new pixel right now specifically for the purposes of this video. So I click the add button here and I need to create a new data set. Click create button. Again, magic happens, and now we should have it available here. I refresh my screen, Alex's pixel. Once you see your pixel is created, you want to connect it with your ad account. So here you would just choose Alex ad account. So now this pixel is connected with this ad account, so we'll be able to use it inside of that ad account. I'll just click add here and we're done. And one last step is you want to assign people. You want to assign yourself to be the admin of that pixel. Manage events data set here, click assign, and now you're completely done. Don't worry, installing the pixel is easy, especially if you're using Shopify. As you can see here, Facebook gives you a pixel ID. This is the most important part about pixel because that's how Facebook differentiates your pixel from all of the other pixels that have been created before. So in order to set it up, go to Shopify. In your sales channel settings, go to preferences. Then you'll go to Facebook pixel settings. Here you'll log in to install your pixel to your store. This is the specific app that Shopify has created to make sure that installation of the pixel is very easy and straightforward. So install app, Facebook and Instagram. I click install. I think it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay for it. So now you have this menu here. Connect the Facebook account you want to use for your business. Connect account. You choose the account that you want to use, which is Facebook account. Allow Facebook to share business assets with Shopify. Allow. So now as you connected your Facebook with your Shopify, you're good to go. Your pixel was integrated. This step ensures that anytime someone comes to your website, adds product to the cart, or makes a purchase, Facebook knows about it. I know this setup stuff is very boring and maybe you're not very technical, but this is very important for you to have a great foundation, and if you don't do it properly, you're setting up yourself for failure. And now as everything is set up, it's time to create your first campaign. This is where all of the fun happens. I'll show you all of the tips and tricks I've learned over the past few years. Now in your business manager or business portfolio, as Facebook likes to call it, go to ad accounts. You'll see the ad account that we just created previously a few minutes ago. Click on this ad account and then open in ads manager. It will redirect you to the ads manager. So this is a place where you create all of the ads, you manage everything that's happening in your ad account, you see how much you generated, the whole picture of your business on Facebook. Welcome to your new digital home. On top here, you see 3 different tabs: campaigns, Adsets, and ads. I'll cover each one of these in a great detail, but let's start with campaigns first. So first hit a create campaign here. You'll see the buying type here, just leave it on auction. And the next thing you need to do is select the campaign objective. You'll see the 6 different campaign objectives: awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, and sales. 99.9% of e-commerce businesses want to be using sales campaign objective. So I'm hitting sales here, clicking continue. On this page, you'll see 2 options. You'll see the Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So this is pretty much giving majority of settings to the Facebook. So Facebook will automatically try and finding customers among big audiences, or alternatively, you can have more control and you can choose manual sales campaign. Click manual sales campaign because I want to show you all of the different ways you can customize the settings to your specific purpose. Click continue here. It's important to have a proper naming convention structure so that you can easily analyze your data. You see what's working in your ad account, what doesn't work. So I just named this campaign Alex Demo Campaign. Next one is categories, which we will ignore. Next, you see the campaign details, and those you just want to leave as is. Next one, you'll see the Advantage Plus catalog ads. You just want to leave it as off for now. So next setting here is Advantage campaign budget. So this will actually regulate how much you spend on Facebook and what are the spending limits. So let's say you can only spend $100 per day on Facebook. This setting here allows you to customize it. I'm clicking on here, and let's say campaign budget, daily budget, I can set it up, let's say at $100 for this specific campaign. When you're first creating your business manager, your ad account, you'll be limited by how much money you can spend on Facebook. This way, Facebook wants to verify if you're a legitimate advertiser, if you're selling good products, if you're delivering good experience. And then as they build more trust with you, they'll allow you to spend a lot more money. And at some point, you'll have no limits at all. So don't freak out if you have this initial spending limit. This is where everyone starts. Next, you'll see here campaign-based strategy. I would just leave it at highest volume. Next one, you will see the budget scheduling, and this one one I also wouldn't touch. And next one, you'll see the A/B testing, which you also don't want to touch for now. So now as I'm scrolling down here, I see reporting. I just click next. I don't touch this one as well. Now you can see that Facebook has automatically switched us to the Adset level. So we were on the campaign level and now we are on the Adset level. And there is one more level, which is ads. So these are 3 levels of campaigns and we're right now on the second stage, which is Adset. Now Facebook changes things all the time. So don't freak out if you see some of the buttons look differently than there are in this video. It's all changing, and it also could be different if you're in different area of the world. So some of the advertisers might see things a little bit differently, but don't freak out. All of the functionality is pretty much the same. Now, as we're on the Adset level, this is where you decide who will see your ads, who you are targeting. And this is where Facebook targeting capability absolutely shines. So first things first, we'll name this ad set. I call it Alex Demo Ad Set. Then we choose the conversion objective and we'll keep it at website. Then performance goal, we'll just keep it at maximized number of conversions. And then the pixel that we created should pop up here. So we created the Alex's pixel. It should pop up in here. And if it's not selected automatically, just click on it and make sure you select the right one. Now on the conversion event, you want to choose purchase. You want to ignore the cost per result goal. You just want to scroll down from there. Dynamic creative, you also want to ignore for now. Budget and schedule. We already decided the budget at the campaign level. So this one we don't touch here. Now you want to choose the start date. And here you want to be extremely cautious because Facebook can take all of your money if you're not doing this right. You always want to start running your ads the following day. For example, if you're creating these ads at 3 p.m. or like we have here at 4 p.m., you want to choose the starting day as next day morning, because if you start it right now and you have your budget allocated for the whole day, just in those few hours until the end of the day, Facebook will spend all of your budget. The reason we do this is because Facebook works on a 24-hour clock, meaning if you're starting to run your ads at 8 p.m., Facebook will try to spend all of your budget until midnight, just in 4 hours. And oftentimes it results in Facebook spending all of your money with no sales. I wonder if my ads got any sales. How about my sales? My sales. 0 sales? What the fuck? I spent all of my budget. Oh, don't let that happen to you. So for your start date, you would choose the morning of the following day. So we would choose it here. Next day, 6 a.m. in the morning. This is when your ads will start running, and this is where Facebook will have the whole day to properly optimize them and give you the optimal results. Now, as we scroll down, you choose the locations where you want to show your ads to. You want to show your ads in the United States. Now, in the audience control, you can choose the minimum age your audience that you want to target. You can also exclude some custom audiences from your website, and you can choose the language that you want your audience to speak. So if we're advertising in the United States, probably we want to use English as a primary language. So we'll choose that. And as you can see, our audience has reduced in size just a little bit because we're only targeting people that are speaking English. Now you will see the Advantage Plus audience section. If you keep this checked, you give Facebook the majority of the power to find people that are more likely to buy your product. But if you want to control your campaign a little bit more, original audience option button. I click here, use original audience. So in these settings, you have a lot more flexibility. You can customize the ages. So let's say I want to target people only 35 to 65 years old. I can do it here. I can also only target men or women. Let's say I only want to target women, or you can target people based on the demographics, interests, or behaviors. So for example, if you're selling beauty product, you would click here and you would choose beauty interest, and you would see all of the interests that's similar to beauty. Or you can also do what's called the broad targeting, where you would eliminate all of the demographics, interests, or behaviors, and you would only target women 35 to 55 in the United States. This keeps your audience broader, but also gives Facebook more room to optimize and find your people everywhere in that big audience. One thing to keep in mind here, because of the new iOS privacy update, Facebook is getting less and less data from their users. So this option here becomes less and less reliable. Not saying that it cannot work, but just keep that in mind. I recommend starting with a broad targeting. Focus on the entire country that you're selling in, maybe just age, and let Facebook algorithm do the heavy lifting for you. I would just leave the placements as is. And now our ad set is all set up. So we'll just click next here, and now we're onto the ads level. Now, before we get started with ads, you need to understand that this is the most important part of advertising on Facebook. I have so many people coming up to me and saying,
Alex, I did everything you said. I set up my account properly. I set up my campaigns good, and I went to run my ads and I didn't get any sales. Facebook's so saturated, man.
Whoa, let me check your ads. Are these your ads?
Yeah, those are my ads.
These are your ads?
Yeah.
Your ads suck. Like, get the out of here. Now my point is, you can set up everything properly, but if your ads suck, you'll have no sales. This is why this is so important. Creatives is the heart of your campaign. This is where you capture attention, communicate the value of your product, and convince people to click. So let's go through the types of ads you can run. You can do images, you can do videos, you can do carousels, dynamic product ads, or collections. Now you're probably wondering, what's the difference between winning ad and a loser ad? And I'm glad you asked. A winning ad will have a strong hook to get people to watch the ad in the first place. It will have a great value proposition of the product that's being sold and how it's different from other products in the market. It will educate or entertain the customer in the process. It would have an urgency to get people to act right now, and also it would be pleasant to watch with nice editing. Now I know what you're thinking. Where I can find the ads to model and recreate for my own business? The first place where you can find those is a Facebook ads library. This is where Facebook transparently shows you all of the ads that are being run by your competitors and other businesses. As you can see on my screen here, I have this button which is called Save to Get Hooked. This is the tool that we're using to save all of these ads so that we can model and recreate them for ourselves. The cool thing about Get Hooked is it has over 6 million ads in its library, and if you're saving your ads here, even if those ads are deleted, they'll be saved in Get Hooked forever. Also, Get Hooked will give you this instant transcript option, which means you will see all of the videos of your competitors scripted word by word so you can recreate those videos for yourself. Now you might be wondering, how many ads do I have to create in order to get started with advertising on Facebook? And I would recommend to create at least 2 to 3 videos and 2 to 3 images to get started. And now it's time to launch your ad. So back to the Ads Manager. Now first things first, we have to name our ad, and naming conventions again are very important. So we would name our ad in a way where it shows us the product we are promoting and also what kind of video or images we're using. So for example, if I'm scaling skincare product, I would just name it skincare product, and I would say whether it's a video or image, video 1. For example, I created the video for this specific product, skincare, and then if there was a special thing about that video, maybe it was a demonstration of the product, I would just call it a demonstration. Right? So now, looking at the data and looking at my analytics, I can quickly make decisions and see the statistics for each specific ad that I have. This is especially important as you start having more and more ads, so it will quickly analyze your data without going too deep or without spending too much time. Next, we'll attach your page, and as you can see here, the page that I created, which is Alex's page, is already connected automatically to my ad account, which is awesome. And now you want to connect your Instagram account. If you don't have one already, you can create an Instagram account similar to what we did with Facebook page, or you can connect your own account if you already have one. So let me connect my account. So now as I connected my Facebook page, I connected my Instagram, I'm scrolling down to the ad setup. Make sure it stays on the create ad. You can only use existing posts if you already created ads in the past. Make sure it says manual upload here, and then click single image or video. This is what you'll use for a majority of times. Don't worry about all of these other options. Now as we're scrolling down, we're getting to multi-advertiser ads. Make sure to unselect this multi-advertiser ads option as you scroll down here, and you'll get to the ad creative section. To input the creative part of the ad, which is your video or your image, you just click here add media. Click image if it's an image, or video if it's a video. For now, we'll just click image, and then you'll add your image. I'll just use this one here. You just hit next few times. Now Facebook will try to choose as many of these as possible, so make sure to uncheck all of them because most of the time they're just useless. And then you just click done, and you should be able to preview your ads on the right side here. If they don't look good or they look skewed, then you have to re-upload them in the right formatting. Next, you'll see the section for your copy. This is your primary text, your headline, your description, and also your call to action. Now, for your ad copy, I would recommend to use ChatGPT. It will help you to craft amazing ad copy for your ads, headlines, and other things that you will need. To start with ChatGPT, just give it a very simple prompt about the product you're selling. So let's say I'm selling a skincare device. So now I just made a very simple prompt for ChatGPT to give me the ad copy, to give me the headlines, to give me the description that I can use to sell my product. Then you can play out with responses until you get something that you like. If you don't like it for some reason, you can talk with ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite it in a specific way. So for example, if I wanted to rewrite it, but for women that are 65 years old or more living in the United States, I would just ask ChatGPT to do that. Now, before you add your copy, here's some potential words and phrases that can get your ad account into trouble. For example, using words like you, overuse of caps and exclamation points, any any form of profanity, or if your product is based around getting rich quick. Facebook can be very sensitive, so you have to be aware of that. So I just added the primary text here directly from ChatGPT, and as you can see, Facebook is suggesting to create some of the variations for me. So all of the text variations, like it just creates all of this stuff for me without me even asking. Some of these are okay, but I would just leave that off, and I would want to have more control over my Facebook ad copy. So I would just unclick all of these options. So once your ad copy is in, your headline is in, you can see it also suggesting me to rewrite my description as well. And the call to action, I would choose shop now, right? So I'm just searching for this one here, shop now. That's the one most commonly used for e-commerce. So now you want to scroll down and then scroll down even more. And here you would put the destination of the website you want to use. So I'll use the destination, the website I created for the purposes of this video. So I'll just leave the website URL here where I want to be driving the traffic, and then display link goes in here that you can customize in case you don't like your real URL. So now let's scroll down. We have languages, so we can try to customize this for different languages. I would just keep this option off. And then as we're scrolling down even more, we have the tracking option and we have the pixel that we created for this specific website. So after we filled all of this information, we have the ad copy, we have the creative, we filled all of the settings, we just hit publish. And this will take a few seconds for us to process. Now, Facebook might ask you about your phone number before you publish your first ad, so fill that information for yourself. Then click next. Then you'll just confirm your phone number, click next again. Then you'll just confirm the code that you received to your phone number. So now your phone number is confirmed. You can now run ads and boost posts with this ad account, which is awesome. As you can see, our ads are publishing in the right corner. There is a progress menu here on top, and now it's in the review. So Facebook will review the ad, will make sure it's complying with all of the policies that Facebook has. And if it's all good to go, then your ad active very soon. This is Facebook police going through your ad, through your copy, through your headlines, through your creative, to make sure that you're not breaking any of the Facebook policies. If you're brand new with running ads, you want to make sure you're compliant with all of the Facebook policies. Your ads are very friendly because you don't want to start on the Facebook bad side. Trust me, you don't want to be in a Facebook jail. If it's your first time running ads, it will probably take few hours to get your ads approved. As time goes on and more of your ads will get approved, you'll have those ads reviewed and published a lot faster. Also, if you get any of your ads rejected, you want to make sure that for every rejected ad, you have 10 ads that are approved. So you have a good ratio of approved versus disapproved ads, and it's at least 10-1. You'll see this processing note in here if your ad is in process and getting reviewed, and it's totally normal. To create another ad, you have to be on the ads section here, and you want to click on the edit option. Then you want to click on 3 dots right here, keep current setup, and hit continue. Original campaign, number of copies, just 1, show existing reactions, keep all of that here, and click duplicate. So as you can see here, I made a direct duplicate. To change this ad that I just duplicated, I have to go to the media section here, hit the little trash can here. So it automatically removed the creative part of my ad, which was the image, but it left all of the other elements in place. Decide whether you want to keep the same ad copy or if you want to change it. Once your ads are live, this is when the real work begins. This is when we start testing and optimizing our ad. No campaign is perfect from the get-go, so you'll have to optimize creatives, you'll have to optimize ad copies to find variations that convert the best. I recommend to have several campaigns in your ad account. One of them is creative testing campaign, which I call Creative Sandbox. Creative Sandbox campaign will test creatives, will test audiences, will test different variations to see what works the best. Any of the ads that are profitable there will then move to our scaling campaign. Before we get into that, let's talk about your ad budget. I recommend to start your campaigns with about 30% of your product cost. So if your product costs $100, you probably want to start your budgets at around $30. A common question that I get a lot is, Alex, how much time do I have to wait to see whether the ad is a winner or a loser? And what I would recommend is to keep your ads running for at least 2 to 3 days so Facebook can find the ideal customers for your product and can get you those conversions. And I would recommend to spend up to how much your product costs. So if your product costs $100, this is how much I would spend on a specific ad to see if it's working or not. At the same time, there are initial metrics that you would see, like cost per click, your click-through rate, and those metrics will show you how good your ads are. And if your cost per click is very low, which is lower than 1%, and ideally we want to have it at 2 to 3%, then it means your ad ads are simply not good enough. At the same time, if your cost per click is very expensive, like $3 to $5, then you can cut those ads earlier and cut your losses and make new ads better. One thing to keep in mind here is your customer journey. If you're selling something like a mattress or furniture, something that's expensive, something that requires people to think about it, evaluate it, do their research about the product, then it will take them time to make that purchase than, let's say, if you're selling a gadget for $20, $30, $40. To see the actual results of these campaigns, go to the ad section. Okay, make sure that you're in the right time frame when this ad was actually running. So here I just chosen this month. Obviously, we're not gonna see any data here because we just got our ads in the review. But next you wanna go to the columns option and hit customize columns. And you wanna remove all of these options on the right because I'm going to give you all of the options that you truly need. So some of the most important metrics you wanna monitor here is delivery, whether the ad is active or inactive. You wanna see how much the ad actually spent. So if the ad only spent $5, you wanna see that. If the ad spent $1,000, you wanna see that as well. Amount spent is very important metric. Impressions is how many impressions have been served with this particular ad. CPM is how much it costs you to reach 1,000 people with this specific ad. And the CPM cost will vary greatly depending on the country, depending on the products you sell. So if you're selling beauty products, your CPMs could be $40, $50, $60. If you're selling jewelry products, your CPMs could be $20. CTR is percentage of people that are clicking after seeing your ad. So if 100 people have seen your ad and one of those people clicked, your CTR will be 1%. CPC is how much it costs you to get one click. So this will depend on the CPM and this will depend on the click-through rate. The higher your click-through rate is, the cheaper your cost per click will be. Cost per purchase is how much it costs you to get one purchase. Purchase ROAS, or return on ad spend, is a metric that identifies how much you're getting in return for every dollar that you spend. So if you spend $1,000 on ads and you generated $2,000 in sales, then your purchase ROAS will be 2x. Purchases is how many sales have you gotten from this specific ad. 3-second video plays is how many people are playing your ad for at least 3 seconds. Frequency is how many times the same person has seen your ad. And high frequency, which is above 2, means that you're showing the same ads to the same people, which means over time people will stop reacting to your ad. And video average play time is how much on average each person is watching your ad. And ideally you want to keep it as high as possible because it means that your ads are engaging and keeping user attention. Next, you want to name your column preset so that you can use it and access it at any point. And I'll call this preset Alex's preset. Then you click apply. And now if I'm going here in columns, I'm able to access this right away. So I don't have to set it up manually every single time. I can just click one button every time I'm getting into my ads manager and I'm able to see all of these metrics that are important to me. And by the way, I have extremely detailed document that explains all of these metrics, how to optimize each one of these metrics, and how to make your ads as profitable as possible. Just comment KPI below this video and I'll send it over to you. Once you found few winning ads, it's time to scale. But scaling doesn't mean just throwing more money at your campaigns. You have to do it strategically. It's about smartly increasing your budget while maintaining profitability. Depending on how much time you can allocate to managing your ads, you can choose the scaling strategy that works the best for you. The 3 best ones that I recommend is a vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, and surf scaling. Vertical scaling is when you increase budgets on ads that are already working. So let's say you have an ad that's working at $50 a day, you would increase that budget to $100 a day. Horizontal scaling is when you're duplicating existing campaigns, assets, and ads. You're trying to reach more people within those existing audiences that you're already targeting. Now, surf scaling can be the most effective way of scaling your campaigns, but you have to be on your ads manager every few hours. So it's only for people that can dedicate the time and effort to do it. Surf scaling is when you're playing with budgets of your best performing ads on each particular day. Let's say you started your ads at 6 a.m. at $50 a day. And let's say by 9 a.m. they're very profitable. You would then double that budget to $100 a day. If they're still profitable by 12 p.m., you would double it again. If they're profitable at 3 p.m., it would be the same process, and then you would stop scaling at 6 p.m. And then by midnight, you would reset just to their original level. As I said, this requires a lot of time and effort, so you'd pretty much have to live in the ads manager to do that. And by the way, I have 9 different ways you can scale your ad campaigns. If you want the full cheat sheet with all of the different ways, examples, everything that you need to scale your ads profitably, just comment scale below and I'll send it over to you. Running Facebook ads is not set and forget a task. There's a daily grind that goes into managing successful ad campaigns. So every morning I start with 60 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes walk, and 10 minutes of practicing gratitude. And by then it's been 90 minutes and I can have my first sip of caffeine. I'm kidding, you don't need to do any of that. I start my day by reviewing the previous day performance. I look at metrics like spend, ROAS, cost per purchase to see if anything needs an immediate attention. If the ad is underperforming, I would either pause it or decrease the budget on it. And if it's performing well, I would try to scale it. And then I would look into new creatives to introduce into the mix and further scale my ad. By now, you should have a solid understanding on how to run Facebook ads, from setting up your account to scaling your campaign. Remember, it's all about testing, learning, and adapting. The strategies I shared with you today are the same strategies I use to scale multiple brands to 7 and 8 figures. After all of this, if you're still struggling to make sales, it's either your product or your website. And if that's the case, I highly recommend you watch another video I made on how to find winning products in 13 minutes. The link to this video is right below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you want me to cover another topic like this one, just let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.